We are live.
We're live?
Yes, sir.
Welcome back to Being Guillén here on Vida Baseball. It is Friday. I was actually checking my notes, and Ozzie, the last comment he made before we got on was he wants the PR department to be better with Tony in giving him pregame notes. But great week again, a week of drama. I think I haven't tweeted that much in so long. I was told to get off of Twitter, leave it alone. But obviously, we want to bring our opinions to what's going on because it's awesome. It's hilarious. It's like watching real drama TV.
Well, you know what? It makes for entertaining podcasts all over the country. It makes for entertaining shows like ours. I'm glad that, and obviously the Sox are playing better, but I'm glad that baseball's in the news. Everyone's excited. I feel like more people are watching baseball now than they have in the last 5-6 years.
Well, the first time in the history when I worked at NBC, the post-game show, it got more
ratings
than the regular game.
The regular game.
Thank you to what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, and to be honest with you, it makes our job and everyone's job, and it makes more exciting.
Hate Mercedes all you want, and hate Tony all you want, but all the media people, including ourselves, everybody is going to the bank and cashing on this, even with your opinion, which I thought it was funny. We're going to get more into that once we hit a couple topics. But first, I want to kick it off with our first segment, doing it for the gram. What is going on with you at work? Okay, this week they catch you. First, you were great dancing, by the way. You got some good moves there. But they caught you that wasn't a nap. That was a full-blown sleep. All you needed was the drool.
It was a lot of snoring.
A lot of snoring.
Well, first of all, the game was I get off of work at 12.
It was a late game.
It's 10 o'clock.
And those chairs look really, really, really comfortable.
Well,
so you know how I feel about you, though, when you're doing post-game? You manage in the big leagues, okay? You've managed. You can look at the cliff notes of what happened in the game and say, I'm going to have a pretty good show.
Energy, maybe because he was so well rested from his nap. But I'm going to be honest with you, if a game is 14-2, what are you? You're not
at that point. Wake me up if there's a fight.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, wake me up if they bring a position player.
Because that day it was a pretty good game. After it was 2-1. It was the 4-2. You know, that's harder.
It was a quick game.
Now I was on TV. The hardest thing, I love when the game. So wow, no, this is big and new. This guy's interesting.
Or you gotta dance.
And the dance part, you're a very good dancer. Again,
by the way, I'm better dancer than Moncada is way better player than me, 1000%. He's just not.
But he's not a dancer
yet.
Moncada's a singer.
No, he's not a singer. Ruben Blades is a singer.
He's got a CD.
No, wait a minute.
But he is. He jumped into a whole strategy. We're going to do a whole show on Jose Reyes and his music. But last night, I actually was texting, 2 nights ago, I was texting with one of the best things about being a son of a former major leaguer or a former manager, now manager, is that kids that are in the game of baseball grow up and now, talk through social media. So I was talking to the Dave Martinez boys because it was probably one of the best things as a family member is when one of your family members is getting kicked out of a game. Okay, so I was talking to one of the
Joshua,
boys, not with Josh, with Dalton.
Oh,
Dalton and Yeager both. I was texting them on Instagram, and they were loving it. And it was Dave Martinez gets kicked out. Okay, you're out of here, Dave. In Wrigley. Okay, which people love him there because of the World Series. But Dave went and got it.
And he played there a long time ago.
And Dave went all out and went and got the baseball back. But I know for a fact that that's the play that you hate the most, that you think it's a pointless rule. You say that rule is really messed up.
No, they're running
the interference when they get the guy in the back.
Well, that's the rule. You know me. I think Manfred, and that rule's been like since Beirut grandpa was playing. But the rules is the worst rule because you don't have anything to say, anything to argument.
It's automatic.
You can be, by the way, you can be off the bat. You just touch the bat, you went off the bat, and the ball hits you.
I'm still confused.
How the umpires see it.
Yeah, that's one play that
I think it's
cannot
overrated.
Go argue because I'm confused. I don't know who's right or wrong because it's so it's a play based on your eyes.
So as a player, basically,
just
throw it at his back.
No, by the way, I see one. I see a Hall of Famer grab the ball, turn around, and he just like flipping right to his back. You out. All the song, everybody come out. He just did it on purpose. You did it on purpose.
We don't know that.
The man, it was pitching, say, read the book, read the rules. And I'm pretty sure it's like,
just learn a new one. Just learn a new one.
I know. I wish
you just did. You throw it. He's just like this.
Yeah.
I wish umpires would make a better judgment call. And that was one of the better ejections that I've seen. You don't really get to see. I miss this about baseball. You don't really get to see ejections like we did in the 80s and 90s, or like if you go even further back. Like I still look at videos of Billy Martin, Earl Weaver getting tossed. My dad has great hits on YouTube of getting thrown out. I miss that because we don't have that anymore with replay. And now it's weird because they're arguing. And then Bob Melvin yesterday was arguing, and he didn't know what to do with his mask. He hasn't gotten his vaccination. He didn't know whether to put it up or down. So he's yelling at the guy, and he's putting his mask.
Talking about that, though, the arguing now. So, again, people think the game has changed. The game hasn't changed anything. The fines are still the same. So today's actually his birthday. Happy birthday, Bobby Cox.
Yeah, my
manager who's been tossed out the most in the history of the game of baseball. Bobby loved exiting the game early, but it always helped his team change to win. Obviously, his playoff record speaks for itself in appearances. But you get the same money's worth, okay? You don't get like suspended more games or find more money if you stay longer on the field.
So you're saying, well, I'm going to be honest.
Your money's worth.
I thought Dave Martinez was great. I know that I have two of Ozzie's favorite ejections.
Which ones are Ozzie's favorite ejections?
My favorite happened as a coach. It's not on video anywhere because
that was a good one.
It happened in Montreal. He got tossed doing the lineup exchange. Before the first pitch, he got tossed. I remember it was like 12 people at Olympic Stadium. And he got tossed, but he said he was going to get tossed. Like, I'm going to ask this guy what's going on. So he got tossed before they even said play ball when they were exchanging the grounds rules. So that's always my favorite. And I always loved the Cubs Sox, when he kicked the gear. Soto, Alexei Ramirez, everyone's laughing. The Zambrano was pitching. The face mask flew like 20, 30 yards. That's also my favorite one.
Oh, well, you know me. I told the guys in Montreal, I said, you will go to see something you never see before. I said, I got to get turned out before the game start. And everybody was in the dugout. Everybody was in the dugout watching me.
Because didn't he throw you out the day before? I
asked the guy, I said, why you throw me out?
Right. He threw you out the day before.
I know nothing. I'm coaching. I even have nothing to do with this game. Why you throw me out?
This is when he was a bench coach.
Somebody say something in Spanish. I said, it's 20 Mexicans here. You're going to blame me.
And speaking of that, I have a challenge for our production team and for anyone out there. If you can find a picture of Ozzie Guillén in a Montreal Expos uniform, one picture, I will be indebted. I will send you a gift. One picture.
Okay.
Ozzie Guillén.
You know what's another one? I got it. I don't remember when I get injected. In the first inning, second inning, managing the White Sox. All of a sudden, I walk to my office and I slam.
Oh, that's a
wait a minute. When I slam the door, all the pictures, I got a lot of pictures of my family like this one, broke. And Ozzie was number two.
Ozzie was taking a dump. So imagine Ozzie was in full locked-in mode. He had gone out the night before. He had a lot of taco burrito cake probably in his stomach. He's sitting there peacefully in the first inning because if anyone knows, the best place to go in the bathroom in a big league clubhouse is the manager's office.
Yeah, because it's a private office.
It's so quiet.
So I had planned, like, I'm going to go to the bathroom, and I always used to pick to go to the bathroom, first inning. Like, nothing happens in the first inning. No one's coming into the office.
You're like,
the general manager's not going to come down.
This is my moment of peace.
This is a moment of peace. All of a sudden, I hear, like, it sounded like there was an earthquake happening. And I ran out with my hands down.
And you didn't wipe your butt.
No, I just
guaranteed.
And then I said, what are you doing here? And he goes, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm going to the bathroom. What are you doing? I just got kicked out. It's like the first inning.
Ozzie was like, a little trickling down his backside.
I hit that door so
hard.
Hit it hard. That thing is just everything.
I can imagine you jumping.
The 2-hit ejection. I thought he was going to get a heart attack one time in Kansas City. I told Joy, the only time I told Joy Cora,
get him.
Go get him. That's the day the guy said, get out of here, Pedro.
Jose,
get out of here, Jose. The umpire called Ozzie, said, get out of here, Jose.
That's the most. That
was a bad one. I
most
thought
mad he's ever gotten.
I thought he was going to get a heart attack.
That was in Kansas City. And there's pictures of that, but it would be great to find a video.
At first, it was like
I got the pictures.
It was like 110 degrees. And he starts arguing, and he's getting
he got kicked. They kick Carrasco to the
game.
They kick both guys out.
And I'm like, wait a minute.
You wanted an explanation.
No, and then the umpire touched him.
The umpire touched him. He said, don't touch me. But then you can hear on the bench, you could hear when people argue. And the umpire said, get out of here, Jose. And I said, everybody in the bench said, oh, man, did this guy just call him Jose? And then I thought you were getting a heart attack. But the other one that's my favorite one before we jump to the next topic is I predicted an ejection before it happened.
Yes.
The winter ball.
Yes, because if you know, like before, managers are human. Said he having an argument with a wife or the kids, or you're just
the word is testy.
Yeah, you were very antsy. And Ozzie Jr.
I saw
like
the lineup,
an hour and a half before the game. He goes, "This guy won't make it through 2 innings today."
No, I was like first
and then
call.
The first inning,
yeah.
He goes, "Watch, here it goes," and he's like, "I'm out of here,"
but
because like if you're like you start getting balls and strikes, you start getting antsy. Umpires like, oh, shove it. You're like, you know what? This guy's getting tossed.
I love it. You know why? They don't know the rules.
Yeah.
That's why I put the rules right in the top of the home plate. You don't know the rules.
Well, there's nothing worse than missing a call for not knowing the rules. But we're going to do more getting kicked out because I think that's one of the things that can change a game for a team. Like it can change the energy because players love it. They're like, oh my God, this is awesome. Especially if you put a good show. So
unless your manager is not protecting you.
So, which brings us to the next topic. The Germinator, Yermín Mercedes.
I gotta call him another name tonight.
Well, I'm just saying though, like, so it's this story. I'm not gonna lie, okay? So I grew up in baseball. I've been around baseball. This is a sport that if I ever knew as much as I know about baseball, anything in life, I would make a lot of money. Okay, I know baseball very well. When I saw the picture, when I saw Tortuga come out and pitch. In my head, and me personally,
all bets are off.
All bets are off. It's like this is a joke now.
White towel.
It's like white towel.
Yeah.
So when he swung, I said, oh my God, what a bomb. Because the ball looked like a 12-inch, like a 16-inch softball, which is really hard to hit a ball out that's coming so slow. And I thought it was funny, not being mean, that it was a fat guy. Okay.
That's the heaviest bat.
The heaviest at bat. So it's like awkward looking. It looked like the Ninja Turtles.
Burger against triple burger.
I can watch it. I see you do anything.
And I know, but it was like 2 Ninja Turtles, and R2D was already like upset that he was pitching, that he didn't want to be there. So he hits it, and then they put the camera on R2D. And I'm laughing because he looks like he wants to run there and like bite him.
He should go there.
I didn't know any drama. Then I hear this Twins broadcaster.
They were upset too.
They were upset, but then in my head, I'm like, oh, they're talking about the 3-0 pitch. At this moment, I don't know if there's a take sign. Then people start sharing videos of like Tony on the top step screaming, "No swing!" Again.
Tony's 100 years old.
I think Tony, to his defense though, Tony it's the first time ever the whole year. Tony was on the top step.
He was on the top step.
There's videos of the manager on the top step screaming, "It is old age."
So you know what's funny is because that he can sense it. He could feel it, like something's gonna happen
because
here.
You don't see the sign.
Something happened here. I guess McEwing was giving.
So McEwing
was giving it. Well, he gives a take sign. If a guy doesn't, he could lie and he could say I didn't see it. Tony gave a take sign. I'm only gonna say 2 things. You don't ignore your manager's signs.
No. We're getting to that point. Like I'm doing the whole walkthrough.
Okay.
You can tell the bench was upset. The White Sox bench like, oh my God, we messed up. Okay, I'm gonna say this real quick for the people that say 3-0. It's antique. It's boomer baseball. The game's gonna change the game. In the past 20 years, more Major League Baseball players have broken the rule of PED. Okay, domestic violence. Let's chuck up DUI, cheating. Any rule that you want to put in Major League Baseball has been broken more times than someone swinging 3-0 with the game up by who? You know who's the only person that swung by the game up by 10 runs in a 3-0 count in the history of the game? Mercedes.
Nobody's done it.
Nobody's done it.
Well,
so
I'm gonna say one thing.
I'm
gonna say one thing. If we haven't seen it on the news, is because there's been a lot of position players pitching this year, but nobody on the other teams have swung 3-0, or else
in 20 years,
we would have heard about it.
Only in 20 years. So that rule, what he did in the world of baseball, people understand that, and even he has a hard time saying like, I didn't care, I thought it was funny, but I get it. That they teach you since you're in Little League. The mistake that Tony made, okay,
was not protected.
Number one, was the hardest thing from a manager to do, okay? And Ozzie had a rule that said, I won't protect you to two ththings: drinking and driving and using steroids. Every other thing, I got your back. Oh, and beating your wife. Domestic violence, DUI, beating your wife. He would tell the players that opening day, like opening meeting.
If you get caught with roids,
you get caught with roids, you get caught beating your wife, and you get caught in a DUI, I'm not protecting you. Everything else, I'm going out there to take one for the team. In the unwritten rules, the code of conduct, whatever you want to call it, okay, you have to go protect your teammate, meaning
even if he's wrong.
If Oni gets hit by a pitch, even though I think Oni is the worst human being ever, I cannot stay on the bench and not go out there and pretend that I'm grabbing someone to protect my teammate. Number two, your manager at a no given cost can throw you under the bus and take another side with another team saying it's okay to throw at him. Everyone's thinking it.
You don't say it.
But you don't say it. You say, we'll deal with it internally. That's the problem, because I know this guy's thought about, he would say it all the time, like, that guy deserved to get hit. It happened with AJ.
All the time.
I remember it happened with AJ and Vicente Padilla.
I told AJ one day, I said, listen, I'm tired to protect you because you deserve to get hit. But it's my job or your pitching job. I only told one guy.
You have to protect him.
By the way, I only told one guy to hit in my history as a manager.
Was that Javier Vasquez?
No, it was
Garland.
It was Garland. But they want to say it was
the kid missed.
Texas.
Sean Tracy.
Yeah. I did told because AJ. They told you better hit that guy.
Vicente Padilla would go out of his way to hit AJ on purpose. Even what he's saying is like, even if AJ was causing chaos, you have to protect him because he's your player.
Then I
had the like you said, I had the problem. I thought when you bring a position player, all bets are off. I thought it's a big deal. I was like, whatever, the game's over. I get it. I also understand Tony is like, hey, you're disrespecting me. You're just gonna do whatever you want here. I'm your boss. You do what I say. And that was fine. It happened. Then the next day, Tony doubles down. He said, nah.
Wait, can I say his line?
He doubles down.
He said, oh, he will not, because Yermín said,
and he called him clueless.
No, he said, I played Yermín Mercedes' way. And Tony said, no. You play the big league way.
You played MLB. And then he said, and he called Yermín clueless. And he had no idea what's going on. And then,
you know what? Be honest with you. I'm thinking about this 100 times, guys. I know Tony should protect his play, but Tony's right. If you know, I now try to find out who Yermín Mercedes is.
Well,
I did.
Well,
I did.
Don't go there, by the way. Don't release that.
Okay,
allegedly, this is not the first issue.
Oh, I play the way I want to.
Don't go there until let somebody else make that breaking.
In Spanish, you say Yermín is fresco.
Yeah.
He's got that. He's got that.
Let me say something 1 second. Yeah.
But don't say it.
No, I'm not going to say anything because no, I know. But when this guy come out and say, "Oh, we behind you, big dog," yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I do my way. No, you're a rookie. You spent 100 years to get to the big league. You lucky you hit 390 because you hit in 210. You be a Dominican Republic.
That is what upset That's what upset Rocco. And Tortuga said, dude, you just got here. What are you doing? And another thing, when Tony makes a comment, Lance Lynn also made comments, and Tony says, Lance has a locker. I have an office.
Oh, he's right.
Basically saying, Lance Lynn, shut up. No, this is my team.
That's his boy.
And they're tight. So I think everything is nuts, but I respect Tony for sticking with his guns and saying, like, you know what, this is the way I do it. Like it or not, I don't understand. Imagine if La Russa and the Sox were in third.
Well,
So I'm going to say real quick.
This day and age, okay, everyone thinks that because they go out and protest or they write stuff on Twitter, number one, Tony's going to care. He doesn't care. He's 77.
But you don't know.
I'm saying, no, even if he knew.
He don't read that.
We got guys saying Brandon Lowe hit a home run yesterday off 9-1.
It was a 1-1 count. The point is, hold on, let me explain it. The point is, people out there listening, are you guys slow? Okay, the rule is 3-0. You take up by more than 10 runs. Yesterday's home run was 9-1, and it was a 1-1 count. 1-1 is not 3-0.
I'll be honest with you. My first hit in A-ball, I didn't get a lot of them. It was against a position player.
Oh,
I haven't told anyone that.
That's embarrassing.
That's breaking news. My first hit in A-ball in Greensboro, North Carolina. They put me to pinch hit.
Okay.
And in my mind, I said, this guy's lobbing it in. There's no way. But it wasn't 3-0.
Hey, let me ask you something.
It was 0-0. I was
everything started with Coach tweeting. I was working and look at the tweet. They showed me like, oh my God, look at this player tweeting like 20 minutes before the game. Go on. Then I got in trouble with Kenny Williams. Look at me, guys. With Kenny Williams, with different things. I never talk about baseball and everything because I was tweeting. Never talk about baseball. Never in my Twitter.
Talked about what kind of
never talk about. I'm not nothing. I just tweeting about how drunk I got. I tweeting about what I eat.
It's a new age.
You know what I mean? Now, wait a minute. Let me talk because this thing bothers me a lot. All the song is the president of the team. Rick Hahn is the general manager of the team. Tony Russa, he don't know anything about Pierre. But now tweeting is the cool thing. Now, when you're tweeting about that, about your team, and
it looks bad.
The people in the front office don't say anything. If that happened to me, that same situation,
you might be suspended.
Okay. Maybe you can say I'm bitter or whatever feel about White Sox. No, I have a great job, but the general manager will have a press conference. Say we're all here together. We're here.
So the story is. So the White Sox have always said is control the message. So the fact, my issue is and this is where people think like TA's our manager. White Sox fans are all losers, thinking like they're going to win if TA's the manager or Brady. Like they're off the no clue reservation. There's a certain element of there's funny things to say, but I don't think it's right for anybody to talk about any type of clubhouse situations via social media. You can do all your videos, you can do all your stuff, but if your manager says this is blue, going against them, just two players,
it looks bad.
I think because it's not every player. People are like, every player was doing it. I was like, I didn't see Jose Abreu or Moncada saying they might think it, or Dylan Cease has. All the players have social media. The only two people that did it were Anderson and Mercedes.
It looks like
bad,
there's a disconnect. And it looks like there's a disconnect. By the way, it also looks I'm going against what you're saying.
I was big Mercedes fan, huge. Look at my coach. What I say about this kid. 3 days ago, I'm not his fan anymore. I don't. I have my own rights. I'm not going to say what I know.
You have your opinion
here, but. You know what? This kid's on respect, and he think he's the rock of baseball. No, wait a minute. Because he had a couple good weeks, he think he is what he is. No, kid, you're wrong. You're lucky. You're hitting, and you're lucky.
Well, that's a bet that I have.
If he was hitting 180.
By the way, if you can hit, and the manager not protect you, is wrong. But maybe he got a reason to not protect you. Why? Because I know a lot of things. What happened to you and who you are and what you be doing.
By the way, so I think that
somebody had to stop
saying, though, the message that you're sending is this is a guy that was late. Allegedly, it wasn't the first time.
A lot of times.
I'm saying though, so maybe Tony was sending a message to Mercedes. It wasn't the same as him getting hit or Nick Madrigal. We don't hear anything negative.
If that happened to another player, I guarantee you,
Tony would be going crazy.
If that happened to if Moncada or Abreu make that mistake, I know they're not going to do it because they're professional. They're not going to swing 3-0. But by mistake, they did, and they throw an Abreu. I guarantee you, Tony La Russa will hit Paul Molitor, Herbeck, all those guys. Kirby Parker, rest in peace. He will hit everybody.
Well, that's it. That's the nature of the game. So enough, La Russa. Again, I'm not even allowed to tweet about it. People were coming after me, like, what do you know? You're an idiot. Again, it's just baseball has gone from people that like watch the game and do this stuff to like people are like, this means change the game. Do fans really know that the marketing department never talks to the players before doing their slogan? People literally think that they have a meeting and say, yeah, guys, what's our slogan?
Yeah, Brooks.
People go there and say, oh, win or die trying, or like change the game. They're like, what does that mean? They have no idea what is going on in the marketing department. So get off that. I don't even know. Like, it's like a unicorn world. But going back to the place where unicorns live, Los Angeles Dodgers. I just want to congratulate Albert Pujols. The guy looks 10 years younger.
Unbelievable, bro.
Got a home run. He looks fresh. Anaheim looks like dog poo-poo.
They lost.
Trout's hurt. They're done.
The Twins. Trout
Pujols is going to go for a ring now.
Trout popped his calf. Mail it in. It's done.
Well,
I feel great. I feel happy.
Otani's next.
Yeah, I feel he's special.
No, Otani's out of the. Oh my goodness, this is.
I think
but if this guy continues to do what he do, he's gonna get hurt.
What Albert is doing is obviously ring chasing. I'm happy that he caught on with the team. I didn't want to see him end his career
like that,
going out playing for the Dominican Olympic team. I hope, but apparently he says he has a lot left in the tank. He's trying to play after next year.
So I have one question for you on the subject.
I'm happy for
him. Around is if you're managing and you have Ozzie Jr. and you have Albert Pujols. Again, they pretend that I'm a good player. Does Albert Pujols have a factor in you making a decision because of the name and the weight? If you're making a pinch hit move, does it ever come into your mind that there's a player's name has more weight than their stats?
Yeah,
When you're making a move.
When you're a manager and you have, by the way, I told that to Frank Thomas one day. Just stay in the bench, just to the manager.
Scare people.
Don't bring me a lefty because he knows you in the bench.
You're dangerous.
Of course, God, but you want to know why? Because in the back in everybody's mind, you can be handicapped. You can be like, oh my God, I can't walk anymore. And be like, hey, man.
It's still scary.
It's still there. Yes, because that happened to me. I told Frank Thomas, my friend Thomas said, bro, I don't care you hurt. I want you in the bench.
Get dressed.
And every time they say, Frank, you're the hitter. You know you're not going to be the hitter. You just put your helmet on and see next.
By the way, the Kirk Gibson effect. Allegedly, the story is that Kirk Gibson was never going to hit in that situation. It was more get the helmet on so they think that you're going to hit.
Yeah, that's what.
And then they say, you know what?
It's a great decoy. It's a great decoy. And a team that the Dodgers, they won the World Series. They're trying to go back. I don't think it's a bad thing for Dave Roberts to have him as a weapon.
No, besides that, he's a mentor.
Oh, yeah, and he's going to make those.
This guy's not a cancer.
He makes those guys in that lineup better.
I'll tell you this much. Up by 10 runs. La Máquina, 3-0, will not be swinging.
I like to hit the swing to give more home runs.
La Máquina will not be late to the stadium. So
yes, you are.
So I love the fact there. So I wanted to talk about releases, and I said a story when releasing is a good thing. I told your story about
because they released Albert.
They released Albert, and I know that probably that night Albert was sitting in his house with his family thinking, is this how it's going to end? I know you've been released. Your worst release is from your favorite baseball team ever, the Baltimore Orioles, where you were released, on the plane.
Yes,
you were. So can you explain? Because people were shocked when I was telling you how that happened.
It's very quick because it's kind of long. I'm in the bubble in the list to get released on Friday. Or to make a trade. They're going to trade me to Seattle, to Mariners Seattle, with Lou Pinella, and they call me. So we're gonna make a trade for you. Then I say Seattle. Well,
were you going to play over Joey?
But we're going to release Joey Cora. We're going to sign you to release Joey Cora. I say nope. I'm not going there. I'm not going to make that thing happen to Joey. Oh, so Joey finished up in Cleveland, I think. Okay. Anyway. We play in Chicago. We talk about release me and all.
We were at that game as kids.
You know me. I just see it there like
it was the Orioles against the Sox, and Ray Miller was the manager.
Yeah. You weren't old, by the way. I was looking at you were like 34. You're 33 years old.
Yeah. All of a sudden, we on the plane, and they was upset about I say no to the trade to Seattle. All of a sudden, we're on the plane. We just take off. I can see my house. I'm in Midway Airport. I can see the pool of my house down there. And they call me to first class. I say, well, that's not for a drink. Go for first class. They release me. I cannot say in the air what I called them. But
so I
called the general manager, the two general managers, the vice president, and the manager. The names in never been called.
But I'm saying, though, okay, and I know this was. But I'm saying, but I know this was in the analyticals world, so it wasn't supposed to be smart general managers. But it's called common sense. Why would you release somebody on a tuna can like you're in a cage? This person goes nuts.
No, but what he was upset about was that he got released. Like,
I was in my house.
You could have just told me before getting on the ground. You were in Chicago, and the Orioles decided to release him. By the way,
the Orioles have to pay for his flight back wherever he's going.
No, by the way, I got it packed on.
You got to pack.
By the way, I got it unpacked. I went to there, man. I'm gonna sit on the plane, sit with my best friend Harold Benz.
Talk about a crap plane ride.
Then Jesse Orozco, all veteran guy, they saw me and see Harold kind of upset. And not because they released me. No,
because of the way they did it.
Because they did it. And I see that Kyle Rickin apologized to me. about the way they did. I said, hey, man, now I had to get off, get in the bus, get in the car with all these people, everybody hugging me and stuff. Awkward. Then I went to the train day, and I said, you know what, guy? El Chivo going to get you. I swear to God, El Chivo going to get you. And my voodoo pedo, El Chivo. First day, Roberto Aloman and Rafael Palmero packing my stuff. I say, hey, can you pack my stuff, Sandy? And Benhart, one of the biggest kisses behind ever. He was a coach. Other Sox, hey, don't touch that. You know that guy in the Chivo. Okay, Benhart between innings went to catch, get the pitcher loose between innings, and the ball hit the home plate. 7 stitches.
So you're like the real life.
You're like the real life Pedro.
Yeah, anyway, you know where I'll do? They released me very bad.
Tampa.
They sent me to the game. I got to ride 2 hours in the bus. Before the game started, general manager called me right before he told me I made the team. Yeah, right before he told me I made the team. I got a bigger house. My wife fly in to
and according to most, your best spring training ever.
Yeah, but you had to make the ball club.
He's hitting like 400.
And then all the Sox say, oh, made the team. And I went nuts. Then this guy's feel so bad, he called me the next day to be the assistant general manager for the Tampa Bay.
This is when they were
Devil Rays.
Devil Rays. But that was more devil than the Rays.
This is when they sucked.
Well, all of a sudden, I say, what? I'm not making coffee for nobody. Yes, sir, no, sir. Especially when you treat me like that. No. And I learned that from that. Don't do something.
So obviously, my question was, as you always said this. So like when you were there,
I'm fighting for La Guaira team. They say we're going to bring somebody better.
Well, that's La Guaira. We can talk about.
Everyone gets released.
No. But I wanted to talk about everyone gets released. But I wanted to ask him though. Everyone always talks about like the managers have influenced him in a positive way. Everyone's like, oh, Ozzie learned from Bobby Cox, Jeff Torborg. Everyone always talks about the guys that you always learn from the most, meaning the good things. But obviously, when you saw some guys managing,
I know
the Miller Rock, were you ever like, if this guy can manage?
Well, they asked me question. Kenny will ask me like, what? They said, listen, is Terry Barrington manager? Is Ray Miller manager? What's the guy says manager in
Larry Rothschild?
Larry Rothschild.
Great pitching coach, by the way.
Larry Rothschild managing. Oh my God! Don't want to know what I can manage it with no eyes. I can manage it in the computer. So yeah, guys, go ahead do this.
And by the way, all our fans here, don't feel bad. Ozzie he gets released from Baltimore, who was sinking ship, goes to Atlanta Braves, NLCS, and then a World Series. And they go back to Baltimore like 2 or 3 weeks later.
First road trip I made was Baltimore.
His first road trip with the Braves is to Baltimore, and he says, "Hey guys, I went from last place to first,
and we're going to sweep you guys."
Yeah, it was. I remember being in Baltimore. Remember the apartment?
Baltimore was a great place, like physical wise. Like what's a great team?
But
Google the 1998.
My dad does not like the Orioles to this day.
Google the 1998 Orioles.
Oh my God, best thing ever!
What a team! But no, so it's funny that you mentioned that. So growing up in Chicago was awesome, and I always thought we had good teams. The innocence of age. Then I got to Atlanta,
and you said, "Oh,"
and then I said, "Oh, this is what winning is.
This is what winning feels like."
Oh, this is guys are planning like, yeah, we're October. Oh, we can't go anywhere. We're going to the playoffs. We're like, wait, these guys go to the playoffs every year,
and every time they literally clinched the playoff berth, and it was like,
yeah, it was awesome. You go to this.
Good job.
Just me and Colorado.
Good job.
Also,
so
we
would go to this because we came from the Chicago. It was a big deal in '93, but we get to Atlanta. We're like 14 years old, and we're like, oh my God, these guys win every day. Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, John Smoltz, Millwood, Bobby Cox, Chipper Jones. I'm like, these guys win every day. Like losing was like, oh, it was a shock. They won 100 games every year that my dad was there, and I honestly think that was the first time that I was like, this is what a winning franchise.
This is what success looks like.
This is a winning franchise, and you go from like there's 30 teams in the big leagues, but like you said, there's franchises that hold more respect, more value to the guy, veteran guys. That's why I feel like Joe Madden and the Angels kind of tainted their reputation for what they did to Poole.
So the last part, again, you can have your opinion on both. Tony was wrong. Jermaine was wrong. They're both wrong.
But
one thing is true.
It's
okay?
Jermaine, not Jermaine.
I call him the Germinator. I don't know his first name.
The guy got suspended 3 days.
Duffy.
Well, you know what? He got suspended 3 days. To not hit a guy, if I was the manager, I would suspend him for a month.
By the way,
don't have the guts to hit the guy.
Here's the thing, though. Do you think that they're not done? By the way, They're a horrible team. They're going to be like, when you're a horrible team,
we got nothing to lose.
Excuses.
We got nothing to lose.
You look nothing to lose. You're like, let's go fight someone. Like the Tampa Rays from the
2000 Tampa.
2000 Tampa. Let's fight everyone. Yeah. So, but both sides are wrong. Whatever you do, I know that the game is changing, and that's awesome. Bat flipping is cool and everything. Well, no. But I'm saying, though, but the baseball players are always going to be baseball players, no matter how much technology there is. Guys are going to have their feelings in there. Guys are going to get their feelings hurt. Baseball players, the code is their code. That's their world. They manage that. They make their own rules, unwritten rules, whatever rules, but they're there.
By the way, the people that say unwritten rules, written rules, that's the code of people that play baseball. That is
I'm saying that's a code from like high school.
That's been in your blood since you were 10 years old. That's what they teach you.
Wait a minute. You was pitching in high school. I just went
to when told me to drill the guy.
And the guy
bunted on me. I was
squeezed 8-0, whatever. The guy from Westminster.
Yeah.
Then I get up, he's pitching. Urbina was with me, Freddy Garcia was with me, and Bobby Abreu was with me. I gotta say, you better drill that guy. If you don't drill that guy, I will kick your butt. The manager say, wow, the umpire go, hey, excuse me, you can be doing that. Say, just get back to the and you drill the guy.
I drilled the guy.
And you was the first hitter next at bat. And I screaming to the pitcher, I heard you drill him. This is high school baseball. I will take you from here to West Palm Beach.
I'm saying, I knew if I got drilled, though, that I needed to go to first. That's part of the game. But again, one thing that I want to get before we do the picks and we wrap off this amazing show this Friday with you guys is baseball teams win or lose, okay? It's not a big kumbaya. 26 guys in a locker room.
And
guys get testy. Guys don't like the manager.
And they get cliquey.
No, they get cliquey. But I think that people, because Ricky took the knee with this guy, like everyone hugged.
Tony doesn't sit there with GA and have
let me tell you what. Good guys finish last.
Yeah. Good guys, but I'm saying though, like there's things like maybe Tate doesn't personally like Ricky, and vice versa, or whatever. They just need to play baseball, and he needs to get the best out of there. So, by the way, I'll tell you this much: if Tony La Russa knows that making one of his players mad is going to make them better,
or maybe he's doing it to unite
them. Basically unite, hate me,
but be united.
That does it. When Ozzie was managing in 05, the players had a T-shirt, and it said Ozzie Bus. And they had a joke saying, if Ozzie doesn't make fun of you or throw you under the bus, that means he doesn't love you. But that was like a joke for them. Some guys were super sentimental that Ozzie threw him under the bus, and they didn't like it. But the players would be like, dude, that's how he is. That's how we roll here. This is how we play baseball. So that clubhouse, them dressing up.
You take your manager's personality.
Correct.
So the Sox we're going to see, big series coming up in New York. New York is playing great.
Give me your picks. I know you're going to pick them over. You're going to pick the Yankees over them.
First of all, I think the Yankees, no one's noticed it, but the Yankees are 26-19. Everyone forgot about the NL East is the best division in baseball. 4 teams up for 100. 3 picks. I'm taking the Yankees to win this a big series in New York. I'm also taking the Nationals, and I think the Nationals over the Orioles. That should be a clean sweep. The Nationals should come off as a clean sweep against the Orioles. And I'm also taking the Red Sox on the road, Philadelphia. I'm rolling with my boy, Alex Cora. Those are my 3 picks.
So I got a three Guillén parlay guarantee just for tonight, just for Friday. I got the Red Sox, the Reds, and the Cardinals are all underdogs. And I think all 3 teams win. 3-team parlay. You can play them separate, but 3-team parlay just for this Friday. I know me and Latino been going. Latino picked some 2 easy picks last week because he got destroyed. He left this hat here. So we need to we're gonna have Latino come do one of the shows one day. So
I look like my dad's father. Like he wears these little hats.
By the way, though, so I love it. I think that the drama is gonna continue. Drama means more viewers, more baseball. Again, when my hashtags are the best. Uncle Tony, Big T.
Big T-Bone's in first place.
T-Bone's in big first.
Call it what you want.
By the way, it's in first place with crazy thing happening every other week. So every week you got something.
I tell you what, you'll take a lot of 3 swings.
You know what Pickup Boo said to Terry Francona?
What?
Throw somebody under the bus, Terry. I heard the Indians were trying to pick a fight with Rocco, and Terry said, if this is what it takes for being a good team, let's all hate each other.
You know what? Now is when we're getting good weather's coming. Expect a lot of run. Ball's going to be flying all over the place.
The guarantee rate becomes a shoebox. But again,
it's going to be a good summer.
Happy Friday. Thank you so much for tuning in to Being Guillén. I hope you enjoyed our stories. Hope you enjoyed spending the evening with us here on Being Guillén.
Don't go number 2 when you're going to get scared.
Yeah, when your dad's going to get kicked out of a game. You have trauma. You'll be traumatized forever. Who gets kicked out in the first inning, by the way? Have a good one. We'll see you next week.
Love you guys.